So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a few tricks that will help you save money when using taxis in Nairobi. So, the topic about Nairobi. So, when using Uber or Bolt. So today I am not addressing the drivers, I am mostly addressing the riders, people who board taxis, people who request for taxis to travel around the city. And these are some of the few things that I want to discuss with you that will help you save money when you are traveling with Uber around the city of Nairobi. And the first thing I want to discuss with you is about surge price. So surge price is a term that is used to explain the increase in price because there is more demand than what the supply can offer. So let's say, for instance, you are around a mall or you are within a church and then it is at 1 p.m. when the church ends. Or let's say you are in town and then there is heavy downpour. There is a lot of rains. Those type of movements will create spike in demand, but the number of taxi drivers around that place are not as many as the people requesting. When that happens, these applications apply what we call a surge price, meaning that a trip whereby you could have paid 200 shillings, you can end up paying even 800 shillings. But every app has a different surge policy or surge formula. And the most expensive one, so this is where you will save money. If you are in a place whereby there is scarcity of taxi, start with retrocab. Retrocab is the best. They don't have surge price. That is stated in their policy. No surge price at all. So if you find yourself, in a place that without taxi, use retrocab if you want to save money. Second, in that line, use Uber. Their surge price is also not as, how can I say, is not as drastic as other applications, as we shall see. Then the third one, use Faras, and the last one, use Bolt. And I am underlining Bolt. Bolt, I'm telling you, this is where this is one of the reasons that drivers love Bolt. In as much as they complain all the time, this is one reason why drivers are unable to leave Bolt. Because sometimes you will do a trip for 200 shillings, then the next day you will carry the same person, same distance at 1,000 shillings. It has happened, and I will do a video to show you. It has happened to me, and I will do a video to show you that in practical. I'll show you my account of Uber. The customer I carried one day from TRM, a distance of 3 kilometers. There is one time I was paid 220, another time I was paid 770 shillings. I have that record in my account. The second thing that will save you money is about understanding the parking fee. So, one thing is that Bolt and Uber, if you are being dropped in a place that has been identified as a toll area, meaning that there will be a fee applicable when you get inside a certain restriction. So within certain malls like, TRM, like Yaya Center, like the airport, like the SDR, the moment your drop off is inside those restricted areas, your parking fee will be incorporated in your final fare. So the driver should not ask you for any extra coin when you are going to the airport, when you are going to the SDR, because that will be a part of the final price that you should pay. For Bolt, for the rest, Faras and Retrocab, honestly, I always ask riders to add me the parking fee, because sometimes they add, sometimes they don't add. And from the side of the driver, it is very easy to see whether they have added, because as they show us the breakdown. For Faras, it is not always that they include the parking fee. For Electrocab, the same thing. But for Bolt and Uber, if you are getting with them inside those places that require parking, then you should never add anything to the driver. But for these other applications, if the driver requests you to add, honestly, you should. I think you should comply, because you don't want him also to lose the retro money that he's making by paying parking for you. Sawa sawa. The third point that will help you make money is about the capacity of these cars. When you are carrying with them, all of them will require you to be 3 people maximum. So when you get into that car, when you are 4, when you are 5, sometimes some drivers will completely refuse. But if the driver asks you to add some more money when you are 4, please have the courtesy to do that. And for your information, this is together, any child who is more than 4 years is considered as a passenger, because they should have their own seat. So when you come there with the 3 kids who are more than 3 years, and then another 4 adults, then you are putting that car capacity under distress, and it is an overload. So if the driver asks you to add some money for an extra passenger, please have the courtesy to accept that. Or for drivers, if they don't want to carry you, have also the courtesy and understanding to request for a bigger car, maybe an XL. Okay, so point number 4 is related to arrival at the pickup. So where you are being picked up. So for Bolt, it is done manually, and for Uber, it is done automatically. So what do I mean by automatically and manual? So if you request me as a driver, and let's say you are 2 kilometers away from where I am, I can click somewhere on the app on the side of the driver and state arrived. Okay, so you will think that I have already arrived, and then the driver, after like 5 minutes, he will cancel the trip and choose the reason for canceling that trip as the rider did not show up. That happens very frequently. So when you request Bolt and then it notifies you that your driver has arrived, don't always take that as the actual truth, because the driver can indicate that he has arrived and he is far away. And the moment he indicates arrived, then initially they used to have a waiting fee. So it was removed because a lot of drivers were indicating arrived while they were still not yet to the peak point. So that feature of waiting fee has been removed with Bolt. For Uber, the driver has nothing to do with whether he has arrived or not. The moment you are 20 meters to where the passenger requested, the passenger will be notified automatically that the rider has arrived. You get my point? And then immediately on the app of the driver, it starts to count the waiting time. So immediately it is 4 minutes waiting time, and the 4 minutes are over waiting. Then the app starts now to charge the rider for the waiting time at a rate of 4 shillings per minute. So I hope that will help you save a single coin or little amount of money in your next trip, or if not even save money, it gives you some clarity on how these applications work. I hope I have educated you on something, and I look forward to my next video.